What up? What up? It's Mike and EJ Sportscast. And tonight we're gonna start it off a little bit different. We're gonna start off with the Chicago Bulls. What you got for us, EJ?
Oh boy, it's like these guys, boy, I tell you, they look good one game, put on they were on a 3 game winning streak. Then they just lost two in a row. It's like they went up against the Timberwolves, which is a team they almost lost to the last time they played them. And it's just the same crap over and over again. They're terrible on defense and they make too many costly turnovers. It's like it's it's literally repeats itself every time, man. Like every time they lose, it's literally the same crap that they lose. It's because they can't stop the other team. They give them way too many easy baskets, and they turn over the ball. It's like when that happens, it's like how are you supposed to win? Like the lane is literally a highway to the basket with them. There's like no rim protection whatsoever. Vucevic is not really a defensive player. He's an offensive oriented player. He's really good on offense. They don't have anybody that's going to stop people from getting to the rim. Like Vucevic, like I said, he has his own problems, stopping people. Like their starting lineup with Saturansky, Levine, Patrick Williams, uh, Thaddeus Young, and Vucevic. Nobody on that in that lineup is like an elite defender, and it's honestly, it's just like it just shows itself. They can't stop anybody, and it's frustrating. Like I was so frustrated. I'm like, man, these dudes literally just lost to the team with the worst record in basketball. I think the Timberwolves have the worst record. It's like you can't go out there and like play like that. And they were playing for a reason. They were honoring Karl Anthony Towns' mom last night. Who passed away from COVID, and they were playing motivated. They were playing for him. His dad was on the sideline watching, so it's like they were motivated and they played like it. The Bulls, man, it's like, they're not good enough where they can like take teams lightly or they can like slack off. Like, nah, man. Like we
Right.
talked was it a couple weeks back? We were talking about, their schedule and we mentioned like some of the games that they could possibly win. And I'm like, I kept it realistic. Like, yeah, some of these teams you think that they win, but this ain't the team. This Bulls team is not that team where you can say definitively, oh, this is a team they definitely gonna beat. Oh, this is a team they definitely gonna beat. Nah, they not there yet. They
Right.
still got some kinks to work out with the new people. Like they seem like they coming together, but at the same time, you can't lose to a team that's like that. The Timberwolves were one of the worst defensive teams in the league, and they didn't really show like how good the Bulls didn't play to their offensive potential. Let me say that. And they also, like I said, they play bad defense. Too many easy shots. So like I got highlights and we'll get to that, showing some of that. But it's like, y'all, they gonna have to get this fixed, man. It's like I think they're still in the 10th spot. I gotta go back and look at the records. But it's like, y'all get into the play-in. It's like, what's the point if y'all gonna end up losing the play-in tournament? It's like they gonna have to hurry up and get this crap corrected, and they're gonna have to get it corrected soon, man. It's like it's starting to get annoying.
I agree. And going back to what you were saying about the Timberwolves, yeah, their record is 14-40.
Yeah, they're terrible.
So they are definitely the worst team in the league. Their winning percentage is a decent baseball batting average, .259. Like, so y'all lost to a team that has a 25% chance to win,
Yep, it's
practically,
terrible,
right?
terrible.
Like you said, we went out and got Vucevic. He's helped on the offense, but on defense, he's that's not what he does. It's not, he's not the go-to guy.
Right.
He's not gonna, you know, be getting blocks left and right. So it's just terrible that we're in a bad spot because I'm looking at our standings right now. We're still in the 10th spot. I think every week that we've talked about them, we've been in the 10th spot.
Yep. Pretty much.
The next team ahead of us is the Pacers. At one point we were like a half a game back. Now we're 3 games back. Not only that, from the 8th seed, we're 5 games back. So it's like it's not looking good. And I don't know if the NBA is gonna do the whole playoff playing thing again. But if they do the playoff playing thing, the Bulls, they're there. They could try
Yeah.
to possibly, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. It's not looking good, bro. And I really thought Vucevic was gonna come and help more than he has. But
Same.
it's not 100% his fault neither. Like, the team does have to gel. He's not like a LeBron that he automatically gets there and it's like, okay, everything's going to change. We're going to win the championship or we're going to get far in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, it's not looking good, bro, to be honest. I'm looking at the schedule. We played the Grizzlies today at 8 p.m.
Yep.
If Ja Morant is playing, I don't know if we're winning that.
Yeah, exactly.
We got
And
the
aren't they?
Magic. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, aren't they a playoff team too? The Grizzlies. Like, what's their
Yeah.
record?
Yeah, I look at it right now for you. Grizzlies are 26 and 25. They're in the 8th spot.
Yeah.
But we all know that the West is a little tough right now. So they're a
Yeah.
good 8th spot. Way better
Yeah.
than the Knicks at their 8th spot.
Right.
So yeah, they got them coming up. We'll see. I'm gonna see if I can check that game out tonight. Hope it's on TV. The Magic, we play them on Wednesday. There's a chance we lose that because we just got Vucevic from the Magic. So they could be like, okay, we want to whoop on them to make Vucevic like, I don't know, feel like he should have never left, even though he got traded. He didn't ask, I don't think he asked to go to the Bulls.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after that, we got the Grizzlies again. So we can easily go from a nice little 3-game winning streak that we were on to a 6-game to a 5-game losing streak easily again.
Yep.
It's not looking good overall, man. And
Yep.
there's not a lot of games left, to be honest. Let me see. I want to say about 10 games left. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe 15. Yep. There's not a lot of games left. It's not looking like we're gonna make the 8th seed, man. What do you think? Do you think it's a chance?
I don't. The way they playing, they definitely not gonna get to the 8th seed. They best. I mean, they're doing the playing tournament this year. It's gonna be, I think it's 7, 8, 9, and 10 is gonna be the teams fighting. I think so. I forget, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like season's running out. They run out of time. I think they're 8 games below 500 right now. It's like, y'all. They have to, if they can put on a decent winning streak and like 5 games, that can make a huge difference in the East. At least 5 games. But the problem is they just can't stay consistent. Like, okay, maybe go on a 2-game win streak, lose one, then go on another 3-game win streak. Okay, we can live with that. It's hard to win every single night unless you're like an elite team, like one of the top teams in the West, and like the top 2 teams in the East. But it's like, in saying that, it's like I just don't have no faith in this team no more, man. Like, I'm gonna watch the game tonight because that's what I do. I watch the Bulls, like Bears, Bulls, Cubs. Those are my 3 squads, and I just can't keep. I just don't have no faith in them, man. It's like I'm just beyond first. Like last night, like we all hung out. I had such a good time hanging out with y'all and stuff. Came back home, watched the Bulls. I'm like, oh snap, the Bulls, man. Let me watch the Bulls. Watch the Bulls game. Just sitting there like thinking, okay, they should beat them. It's the Timberwolves. Get there to start watching the game. It's like, man, it was just frustrating. I literally was sat there like, man, I cannot believe they just lost this freaking game. Like, it's the same thing over and over again. Bad defense and too many stupid turnovers. It's just getting old, man. It's just getting old.
Yeah, it's the same song with them the last few years. At this point, like we've been saying, all they needed was another star. They got it.
Yep.
Maybe it was little too late because they didn't have the whole season to gel together or the whole off season. How long did we sign Vucevic for? Here, let me look because I'm interested. Because I mean, if they don't do nothing this year, and if he's sticking around for the next couple of years, then we'll be fine. To be honest, because we're gonna keep getting good picks.
Yeah, I think he has at least 2 years on his contract. I think I'm not 100% sure.
I'm looking it up right now. Okay, so it looks like he signed through 2023.
Okay.
So for the next couple of years, we have him. Um, if we don't do nothing with him this year, which is looking like we're not going to do nothing, we have him for the next couple of years to at least build. And if he continues to do great, and if we build around him and Zach LaVine, he might stay, and we might do something next year for sure. I feel like we'll be able to do something because these guys going to have time to get their team chemistry. Maybe, hopefully, Williams will take another step in the right direction.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm excited overall. I mean, I'm not excited for this year, obviously, but overall, I think we're trying, and that's better than not. you know.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel you.
and if maybe this offseason, maybe we can make a move for a couple key guys. They don't have to be another star, but just some guys that like, okay, that guy is gonna go ahead and do that. If it's get blocks, get steals, make the 3-point shots. Like we need a guy that's a go-to coming off the bench type of thing, So maybe we can get a couple of guys like that in the off season, obviously draft. So overall, we're in a good spot.
Yeah.
Overall, not this
Yeah.
year, but overall, we're in a decent spot.
Yeah. And the Bulls had interest in Lonzo Ball, and honestly, I wouldn't mind them getting him in the off season because I think his contract's up next year, and they already need an upgraded point guard right now. Tomas Satoransky is their starting point guard. Kobe White coming off the bench. With Satoransky is not like, I don't think he should be a starting point guard in the NBA. He's just not there. There was a game me and my brother was talking about this. It was a game a couple of nights ago where he had 10 assists but 0 points. It's like the
Wow.
10 assists is great, but it's like you got to score a little bit, man. Like, you can't just be out there dropping dimes. Scoring helps too. So it's like, yeah, he had them 10 assists, but it's like you can't score at least, 7 points. Like, come on, man. Like,
Right.
that's just not good enough.
Now, was he not scoring because like he wasn't shooting, or was he just taking shots and not making nothing?
I think it was just a combination of both because he tends to be very passive. He doesn't like shoot a lot. They've had
Okay.
to, since he's been with the Bulls, the coaches have had to like try to force him, like, hey, Tomas, like, shoot the ball. You open, take the shot. Teammates have been like telling him, shoot the ball, like, be a little bit more
Right.
aggressive. Like, yeah, you a point guard, but I mean, you can't score. Especially
Right.
today's NBA, the point guard's expected to score. So it's like, he has to do better. Like, honestly, getting Alonzo Ball will be an upgrade because he can play defense. He's a good defender, and they can use that at this position. And he's a good point guard, and he's improved his shot. It's not like nothing spectacular, but it's good enough.
Right.
So it's like
It'll go
if
in.
so, hopefully, because like I said, they had some serious interest in him. Honestly, I thought he was going to get traded here. A lot of people thought he was getting traded here, but it didn't end up happening. I think they waiting for the offseason to make a move for him. But he will definitely be an upgrade, and that would definitely help their starting lineup for sure. But let me go ahead and show these highlights. We could talk over them, but you know, you can see during some of these highlights of like especially, I don't think it was the first one, but you know, well, this is a fast break with Satoransky, but it's some highlights on here where you can see their terrible defense. Like, this might be the one here. It's like he's wide open. Like, that's
Yeah.
not supposed to happen. And look, they literally just let him go down the lane.
How did Vucevic fall? Come on, bro.
Yeah, for real. That was pretty sad. It's like,
You got did up by Carl Anthony Towns.
legit.
How you gonna let him cross you and make you fall like that, bro?
Yeah, it's like another pro. This is a nice dunk by Zach
Damn.
LaVine,
He be
but
dunking nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
nah, he got a nasty dunk package. But you see, look, that should not happen. That's way too easy of a shot.
Yeah, he
Like,
didn't even try to fight over the screen. Nothing.
yeah, that's pretty pathetic. Zach LaVine out here doing his thing. It's like, but look at the score, 68-79 or 71-79. Like, why are you down that much to this team?
Damn.
Look, it's like he literally just went down the lane and dunked on their heads. Like, it's just too many easy baskets, man. It's like, this is a nice tip back. It's like, it's stuff like that shouldn't be happening. Like, this is, you see the score, it was literally going back and forth the whole fourth quarter. And then that was just a dagger. That killed the game right there. That was pretty much it. They had no comeback for that. Yeah, but once again, a wide open shot. They get there's too many of them things. They allow too many open shots like that, man. They're terrible against the pick and roll. Terrible. Like teams can pick and roll them to death. It works. And teams just get too many open shots with them. That wasn't even what up, Eric? That wasn't even like the worst. Like there was more like during the game. It's just annoying, man. Like you sit there's like y'all literally make the same mistakes every game on defense. It's like, really? Like, have y'all not? How come y'all haven't gotten this taken care of at this point? Like for real.
We've been saying it for weeks. Like you're saying, the defense is. I mean, everybody knows it don't matter what sport you play. If you don't have good defense, you can have the best offense in the world, but if you don't have at least a decent defense, you're not gonna win very much games.
Right.
Like that's just how it is because you're gonna let the opposing team do whatever they want.
Right.
So it's the same song with these guys. We'll see what they do tonight. Hopefully, it was just a hiccup in their development. As a cohesive unit now with Vucevic. But we'll see what happens ultimately. I mean, I don't have nothing much else to say about these Bulls until a little later tonight when we see what they got going on. I'm down to switch over to the Bears if you're ready.
Yeah, let's move on, man.
Right,
for real.
So we've been talking about people they could potentially be drafting this season in the draft that's upcoming. I believe it's the 29th. I think last time we looked it up, it was April 29th or so.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided that, we want to see, since it's so close, who they potentially could be picking up. I think we're both going with the same position because I mean it's pretty obvious what they need, and in the spot that they're at, they're not gonna get anybody that's good at quarterback. Like it's gonna be a week one starter. They're not gonna get Trey Lance most likely. They're not gonna get Mac Jones. They're not gonna get Justin Fields. None of those guys. So me and you picked some guys that they could potentially get. You want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. So
all right, go ahead. Who you got at pick 20?
So I think they could pick because he'll probably be, and it depends on what mock draft, what teams feel about him, or what teams feel about the other guys that's like at that position. But I think they could possibly get, Christian Darrisaw at that pick at 20. And, I got some highlights for him. He looks decent, but I'm not gonna lie. I've seen because we were just talking before the show, talking about our pick. I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little bit more confident about your pick, but I still got to go with my guy because it's a guy I picked for this week. But I'll show some highlights. Is there some sound on this? No, I don't think there's no sound, so we can talk over it. But okay. he looks fairly decent. But here's one of the problems. Here's one of the problems though with him that I noticed. He can be very nonchalant, which can be a little worrisome because the play ain't over till the whistle blows, bro. It's like you gotta watch out for some of these like NFL offensive or defensive linemen. They because these guys is all playing for jobs. So it's like
That's
the play might be you might have your guy blocked, think he's out of the play, he might come back, end up making the play later. So it's like you can't just like let him go.
I agree. Yeah, it's looking like as soon as he makes he does his assignment, he just kind of gives up on the play.
Yeah,
Like, okay,
exactly.
I got my guy. I'm all right. I'm done. Instead of like looking to get to the next level or looking to see where he can help.
Right. Yeah.
So I
See, that's
agree.
yeah. So that's a little worrisome, but he's got some skill. Like I don't have like a workout video, nothing like you do, but he looks like he's pretty solid. So I go through a few of his strengths. So a few of his strengths. Let's see. There we go. So it says split load with optimal center of gravity. So you obviously want an offensive line with a good center of gravity. That's like a given. Natural bender who's able to keep his pad level right. Okay. Silky smooth feet and pass slides. Strong hands. That's like a given with an offensive lineman. He ain't got strong
Yeah, you
hands.
gotta have strong hands.
There's no point in him being an offensive lineman. So strong hands help him lock in after punches landed. Athletic feet to mirror and move in all directions. And speaking of athletic feet, we're gonna get more into that with your pick. But the ability to lock or to quick set, wide rushers and short circuit their angles, body control and balance generally solid throughout the rep, lower body bend to doorstop a bull rush, has talent and athleticism to make all the blocks at any angle, and lateral quickness off the snap is fantastic.
Damn.
So he, his strengths, okay, these are strengths that offensive lineman should have. Do I think that anything, yeah, see, he seems lazy at the end of plays. Do I
I
think
agree.
that anything that I saw from him and any of the like stuff I've seen today has blown me away? No. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But he's still pretty solid, and is a good chance he'll be down there at the Bears pick at 20. Will they get him? I don't know. Will they get the guy you picked? It's a possibility. We don't know. Like this whole
Right.
draft is gonna be
It's gonna be
it's gonna be
bananas, bro.
yeah, it's gonna be some surprises here. Like people think, oh, this guy's definitely gonna get picked here, this guy's gonna get picked there. We don't know. Like, we don't know who's gonna get picked yet. Like, there's a pretty good chance that Trevor Lawrence is getting drafted number one. That's pretty much a given.
It's almost
Now,
guaranteed.
people talking about will the Jets pick Justin Fields? Like, I don't know. We'll see. Like, then you got people talking about the 49ers will get Mac Jones. Like, one day Mac Jones, like a couple weeks ago, Mac Jones was like all the way down to getting drafted by the Patriots in somebody's mock draft. Now they talking about him being the third pick. So it's like we just don't know, man. It's like these dudes talk about, oh, I hear, I've been hearing stuff from guys in the league, whatever, blah, 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 saying, this guy is like his draft stock going up, such like whatever. I'll wait until that day. But as far as the Bears, they should pick an offensive lineman. Like, yeah, we ain't happy with our quarterback position, but they first pick should definitely be an offensive lineman. That whether it's your guy or my guy, I don't know, whoever they pick, but it should be a player at that position should be their first pick.
And they have a chance to get either guy because I mean they're not going first, second. They're not going top 10.
Right.
None of those guys. The only guy that's going top 10 is the only guy we're not showing, which is Sol. He's the only guy that's going top 10. We're probably it'd be kind of dumb to trade into the top 10 to get a lineman. I mean, with it being so deep, it makes no sense to trade in
Right.
to get another lineman.
Right.
You want to go over his weaknesses real quick?
Yeah, so let me go through his weaknesses. I think this is it. Yeah. So here's it is. Play can be much too nonchalant at times. Me, you, and Eric have all just said that.
And we just seen him today. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Inexplicably lets opponents off the hook early rather than finishing them. I was just saying that. Too reliant upon athleticism over technique. Low hands lead to occasional late punches. Open outside hip is a little early in his pass slides. Allows defender into his frame more than he should. Needs committed power step inside to protect the B gap. Inconsistent working, a firm, accurate outside hand. Lazy with hand placement on down blocks. Rushes through secure block on, I can't read the bottom. But
Oh, my bad. I got you.
yeah, rushes through secure block on combos. So I mean, we just saw this dude for the first time today, and we already talked about how some of his like weaknesses, and we hadn't even seen that. It's pretty obvious. So it's like it's something he has to work on.
Definitely. Yeah, that work ethic has to go up 100%.
Oh yeah, because
but from
just
what I
watching
saw, go ahead.
no, I was just about to say, just watching those couple of clips, we can see he looks very nonchalant too much. Just a couple
Right.
of clips saw that.
Right. Yeah. You could tell like he's one of those like, oh, when I need to be good, I'll be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's his mentality.
Yep.
In the NFL now, quickly they'll fizzle that out. Like either A, you're not gonna be playing, or B, you better work hard so you can go play.
Exactly.
Ultimately, like what I did like was that he is so nonchalant and he still gets the job done. I can't wait to see him when he starts to fucking work and puts his head down. It's like, yeah, I'm working. I want to keep making these millions. I like this money. I like my team. I want to work hard. You know,
Right,
I want to see that side of him. So that part I'd be excited. The upside is the exciting part with that player more than his highlights. Because the athleticism is clearly there. Like we all see it. He's able to be where he needs to be. It's just like everybody's saying he's just nonchalant about it. So I mean, we'll see though. Like overall, I'll give him a B plus. That'd be like a B plus. Pick one. You know, good pick though. Good pick. Who I have is a guy that's getting picked like a little bit after him. Is Rashawn Slater. He actually goes to Northwestern, so he's a home guy.
Yep.
Me and EJ were talking about before the show that he could possibly. Thanks, Eric. That he could possibly already have been scouted by the Bears because he was right up the street. So I'm not gonna talk too much about this guy. I showed EJ this video before we started this. This guy got me pumped. Like I said, we getting a quarterback. He gonna change the offense, like bro. But this guy, I like what I see. Is like you want an offensive lineman like this guy. But here, I'm gonna show some clips here from this guy. No actual plays. This is just his pro day working out. Check this out. Yo, tell me this kid is not ready.
Yeah, that cat looks pretty good, man. Like I like how athletic he is, man. He looks super athletic. Like, good lord.
And what I like about him the most, like me and you were talking earlier, is just like his aggressiveness. Like, yeah, you don't want people like him around you that, or you don't want people like him around you that are aggressive like that all the time. But when it comes to football, you need a couple of guys like that in your locker room. You need a couple of guys like that on your offensive line. One of the
Absolutely.
dirtiest, grimiest parts of football is down in them trenches. And
Yep.
who do I want? I want a guy like Rashawn Slater over there deadlifting. I don't know how many pounds. I know it was 445 sets. So it's like that guy was a monster. That's who
Yes.
I want the Bears to go after. Look, thank you, E. Thank you, Eric. That's not a man. Exactly. That's an animal. That dude was a boss, bro. And
Yeah.
he's going as low as the 15th pick. We're 5 picks away from the 15th pick. I was telling EJ, find a way to trade down if you have to, get this guy, whatever you have to do. Like, I feel like it's easier to trade down to the 15th spot than it is to the top 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can easily be like, all right, hey, number 15, here's my 20, and here's my second. I'll let you move up a little closer on your second round, and then I'll take your later second round.
Right.
Or I'll let you take my second round, and I'll take your second round. I'll take your third round, or whatever you need to do. But that guy, that will change your offensive line instantly. You can literally
Yes.
plug that guy at any corner of that line. You can plug him at left tackle. You can plug him at right tackle. Solidified. Like, there's no way that guy's not starting. There's no way I'm not starting Rashawn Slater, bro. There's no way
Yeah.
I'm not starting that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Especially considering what we have there and what we have had there. It's like, you know, them dudes was like a bunch of like, let me try to keep my language clean, but they were pretty soft. Let me just say that. They were pretty soft. It's like you don't want dudes like that protecting your quarterback, especially his blind side. It's like, nah, bro. That's not who you want protecting his blind side. It's like
True.
you want to play protecting the quarterback's blind side, do like that protecting his blind side or his strong side. Nah, man, you need strong tackles, and they don't have that right now. So it's like, you know, we don't said this before. Like their first pick should be an offensive lineman. Like quarterback, yeah, we need to upgrade that position, but we're not in position to do that. So it's like them making a move to get an offensive lineman should be like the top priority, honestly. It's like apparently Andy Dalton's gonna be QB1, and then I'm pretty sure they're gonna draft the quarterback and they're gonna have to develop him.
Yeah.
But they still should be. And I've seen, like I said before, we talked about this. I've seen mock drafts where they got the Bears picking wide receivers. Like, heck no. Why? Why would they pick a wide receiver? Like,
Right.
that doesn't make any sense. So it's like, try to get one of these guys in the first round at the offensive line and try to bolster the offensive line. It's like, no matter who you get a quarterback, he ain't got no time. He ain't no good. I don't care if you
True.
got like Aaron Rodgers back there. He constantly getting pressure. He's gonna have a hard time. Period.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Let's just segue real quick into his strengths. Let me go ahead and bring down. Okay, thank you. So, some of his strengths are: frame is compact and muscular with good lean mass. Starter since his freshman season and played both tackle spots. That's key.
Good.
So he's been getting reps since his first season on the team. And he's played both spots, so he's comfortable. That's great. Reps against Ohio State's Chase Young were very impressive. Chase
Okay.
Young went top. Or no, he's going top. I'm sorry. He's going top.
Yeah.
He's confident in claiming his turf and heads-up battles. I like that. That's that aggressiveness that I'm talking about. He
Yeah.
inserts himself. He asserts himself. I like that. Possesses excellent core strength and contact balance. Big paws can snatch into opponent's frame. runs with choppy feet through his run blocks. That means he keeps them feet charting. He's chirping you upfield, bro. You're not pushing him back. He's pushing you forward.
Yep.
Smooth lateral flow coming off the ball. Fluid as a move blocker and has a good feel for second level angles. I like that. Recent adjustments are fast and effective in space. That's great because in the NFL, you got like a split second to make a decision.
Yes.
Okay, am I gonna go guard this lineman or should I stay on this block? You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like they're trying to get at there. Keeps his head back and chin tucked in pass sets. Okay, yeah, that's great because once you put your head down, I hear a lot of offensive line coaches keep your head up, never keep your head down. Because the moment you keep your head down, not only are you not able to see what he's doing, more than likely that guy you're not gonna be as aggressive because you're not seeing what you're doing. Just put it at a basic. I'm sure it's more in depth than that. Trust his feet and pass sets and rarely ever lunges. Stiff punch and strong outside hand discourages edge rushers. So I hear nothing but like just great things in his strengths. Like there's like the guy's an animal, like Eric was saying earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and go straight to his weaknesses. Oh, okay. There's actually a couple more pros to him, but we'll just go straight to weaknesses. So some teams might see him as an inside player only because of his arm length. Okay, so he must have short arms.
Yeah, he must have short arms then.
Allow some separation at the punch point due to lack of length. Okay, so 2 knocks on his length. Needs to play with better knee bend in space, so he probably doesn't get low enough. Slight inconsistencies maintaining inside hands in pass pro. Hands ride a little too high on down blocks, causing him to lose some power. Has some issues getting pad level low in short yardage situations. So pretty much his biggest knock is his arms, how long he is, his arms, and the fact that he doesn't get very low.
Yeah.
One of those you can easily correct, which is getting low. His arm length, I mean, you're probably not going to be able to do much to get his arms to be any longer. So, I mean, to me, that doesn't super matter. Not with his aggressiveness, man. The way it should. I mean, they have to knock him somewhere. Obviously, the scouts can't say he's a perfect. Like they've never said. And even I bet you, if I look up Jerry Rice's strengths and weaknesses coming out of college, they would have said some weaknesses. So, nobody's perfect. They had to pick on something. Let them pick on something that's like easily fixable, which is one the getting low, and something that he can't control, which is his arms. Can't control that. Everything else he can't control. Everything else, even one of the negative things, he can't control. So I'm excited, man. We'll see what happens. We got a lot of potential. Like what I'm excited for, like we said last podcast, is the fact that we got a first round again. Like we haven't had a first round pick in over 3 years, it feels like. So
yeah, honestly,
more than likely, we're gonna get somebody that's gonna start right away.
I think so. Yeah.
You know that Ryan Pace is decent at picking anything after the first round. So as long as he can if he gets any of those offensive linemen, I don't think he's gonna lose. Even if he gets the worst out of all of them, he's not gonna lose. You're not gonna lose. You're gonna get fresh blood, and you're gonna get somebody that's hungry. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah. Because honestly, it's like I said before, like who we had before, it can't get no worse than what it was last year. I don't see us being offensive line being as bad as it was last year. But like one of these, like you said, one of these guys is definitely gonna help us. Like no matter who we get, and I'm pretty confident we get an offensive lineman in the first round. Now, who would I rather have? Probably right now the guy you picked. They're not going to get Sewell. He's probably going to be he's going to most likely be the first offensive lineman pick. Now, I think there was a draft where they had Slater going before Sewell. I think that's the one I looked at, but I don't know. I don't see that happening. A lot of people think that Sewell's going to get picked before, be the first offensive lineman picked. But we'll see. Like I said, these draft these mock drafts they shuffle every week. Who knows what teams might say, hey, they might have this guy high on their board and he might fall to them and say, hey, we thought we were going to be in position to get this guy, but we actually wanted this guy, so we're going to pick this guy. There's going to be some
Right.
situations where that might happen. So,
I
we'll
agree.
see. We'll see what happens. But it's like, like I said, like you said, I'm excited. We actually got a first round pick, and this is a year where we really need a first round pick.
Yeah, you man. To say the least, we really need it, man. And it's like if we went back and saw all the guys that have been picked from the Bears first rounds, like I believe that Josh Jacobs came from the pick of the Bears for the Raiders, and Josh Jacobs is a good ass player, man.
Yep.
I can't remember all the other ones. He just sticks out because he's one of the better ones. But
Yep.
we've missed out on a lot of first rounds. We've missed out on a couple even second rounds because that first year that we traded away those picks, we had a couple first rounds and we had a first round and a second round, both missing. We didn't pick till like the third round on one of the drafts. Like you're not building a team for the future with that,
Yeah.
So going back to what I'm saying, I'm just excited that finally we've opened up the door to get some talent, some real talent. Let's hope that pace, because Brees, the best practice is repetition. Just keep practicing, right? Like if you want to get good at something, you just keep practicing and keep doing it. At this point, Ryan Pace has had practice picking in the first rounds. He's had practice on what to kind of look for. So I really don't think he's gonna screw up the first round pick at all, like we're saying. So I'm excited for a lot of things. I don't think we're personally in the season. I don't think we're gonna be great, but if we pick up a couple guys for the next regime, then now we're talking. Maybe in a year or two, we'll be back to life. Especially if we end up getting like a steal of a quarterback somehow in this draft. Because there's actually some decent prospects out there. Like we've been talking about people for weeks now, and we haven't run out of prospects that are actually they look good on film. It's not just like, okay, this is a name I'm hearing. No, these guys look great on film. Go back to some of our videos; they look great on film. So overall, I'm excited. I'll be happy more obviously with this pick that I put up, but I'll be happy with yours either way because I saw a lot of good things with him too. A lot of flaws, but a lot of good things. But yeah, I think we're gonna be good overall, man. And that chat, I see we got two out here watching us. If y'all feel who y'all think we should take in the first round, we should take an offensive lineman or a QB. I think I saw Eric put up. Let me see what he put up. I think he put offensive lineman or cornerback. I agree with the offensive lineman, and I think EJ would agree with this too. Because I think we have so much defensive pieces. Like we just need offense at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I honestly, offense. They got to do something to bolster off, especially the offensive line. It starts in the trenches, and like right now, the offensive line is not that great. So trying to get a guy an offensive lineman, like I think that'd be like a top priority because you want to protect who's going to be the quarterback. Andy Dalton right now, or whoever the quarterback of the future is, you're gonna want an offensive line. It's like look at some of these good teams with these good quarterbacks. They got good offensive linemen that block for them. Dudes ain't running around for their lives now. The exception would be, Russell Wilson in Seattle. Like that man's, if you look at his sack numbers throughout the last 5 years, it's something insane. So it's like that would be one of the exceptions. But most of these good quarterbacks, they got a good offensive line. So it's like that's something we definitely need. And my other pick would honestly be like maybe quarterback. If they don't get an offensive lineman, then get a quarterback. But as far as defense, I don't think I would go defense. That's just me.
Yeah, kind of like what Josh is saying down in the chat. Yeah, QB or offensive lineman. I'm more leaning towards offensive lineman, man. I don't even really want a QB at this point because come on, like let's be honest, guys. Do we want another Mitch Trubisky? Like, because anything after those five guys that are top name, anything is just a prospect. Anything is just like it's gonna be a guy that needs to be sat down for a year or two.
Yeah.
We really don't need guys that need to be sat down. Now, should we draft somebody regardless in the third round? Maybe hell yeah, because Andy Dalton ain't it, Nick Foles ain't it. So yeah, you just give another guy a chance. Why not? I mean, look at Tom Brady. The guy got drafted in the 7th round, and he turned out to be Tom Brady. So yeah, you always give a guy a chance. Fuck yeah, 3rd round, I'll grab a QB that at least has a decent chance to at least be serviceable. But ultimately, we need to go lineman.
Yeah, and I'm like lineman, and then I'm pretty sure because like you said, they're not gonna get one of these top quarterbacks that's coming out in the draft. So it's like unless they move up for somehow, but it's like get a lineman, and then I'm pretty sure because I'm pretty sure in their mind they're thinking, okay, this is the quarterback. If we gonna get a quarterback, this is who we got on our draft board. I'm pretty sure whoever they want will still be at their next pick. There's a good chance they'll probably still be there because I'm pretty sure they're being realistic of who they're gonna be able to get at quarterback.
Right.
So we'll see.
We'll see, like you said, man. And with that being said, man, that kind of wraps it up for me with the Bears. Unless you got any other fun facts or anything you want to throw in there.
Nah. This week I didn't do a fact of the week. I couldn't find one this week.
Okay, man. But it's been a fun show. We got the Bulls in the beginning. Got to talk some Bears. I do actually want to wrap it up. I forgot that the Cubs started about a week ago, and I keep forgetting to put up highlights. So next week, remind me, I got to start putting up their highlights. But just a quick nugget on the Cubs, not looking so good, bro. They're not looking so good right now. They're 4-5. They've played the Pirates. They won that series, and then they dropped the immediate next 2 series. They dropped the Brewers, and then they dropped it to the Pirates again. So they played the Pirates twice, and then the Pirates got that 2nd series. So hopefully next week we start talking some positive things about them. They started off hot. They started off 2-1. Cooled down since then. They're 4-5 of their last 10. So we'll see. But hopefully next week, I got some highlights for you guys and some facts or whatnot from the Cubs. Until then, man, we appreciate y'all coming out. We doing shout outs to end the show like always. I went first last week, I think, right?
Yeah, I think you did, yeah.
Okay, so you go ahead, go first this week.
Let me shout out the wife as usual. She's downstairs watching the kids, trying to keep them calm while I'm doing this. So let me shout out the wife.
And I got to shout out the wife too, man. She's 5 months pregnant, and just allowing me to do my thing. Always holding me down. So I appreciate that, and then I appreciate you guys out in the chat.
Yep.
Josh, you always out here every week. Eric, you always come on whenever you have time, man. So we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you guys coming on live and chatting it up with us. And if y'all want to see the rest of the show, obviously, you guys can rewind it or whatnot. But we appreciate y'all watching some of it, man.
For sure.
And on that note, man, we out. Peace.